I once sat with a 92-year-old retired physician who was still sharp, still walking without assistance, still reading medical journals, and still living independently. He had outlived most of his colleagues and nearly all of his medical school classmates. His blood pressure was normal, his blood sugar was perfect, his mind was clear and engaged. And when I asked him the question that everyone asks people who live this long, "What is your secret?" he gave me an answer that I have never forgotten. An answer that was so simple, so profound, and so completely supported by modern medical research that I knew I had to share it with every senior I could reach. He looked at me and said, "Dr. Williams, every doctor I knew spent their career telling patients what to stop doing. Stop eating this. Stop drinking that. Stop sitting so much. Stop smoking. Stop stressing." And all of that advice is correct, but none of it kept those doctors alive. Because they forgot the most important thing. They forgot to tell people what to start doing. And the one thing that kept me alive, the one thing I did every single day for 60 years, is the one thing that most people find too simple to take seriously. And then he told me, he said, I never stopped being curious. Every single day of my life, I learned something new. I asked a question I did not know the answer to. I read something that challenged what I thought I knew. I talked to someone who saw the world differently than I did. I never let a day pass without feeding my brain something it had never encountered before. And I believe, with everything I know about medicine and about life, that this is why I am still here. Now, when I first heard this, I thought it was a charming anecdote, a nice story from a wise old man. But then I went to the research literature, and what I found stunned me. Because the science overwhelmingly supports what that 92-year-old doctor instinctively understood. Lifelong learning and intellectual curiosity are among the strongest predictors of longevity, cognitive health, and overall well-being in seniors. And the mechanisms through which they work are now well understood. My name is Dr. Michael Williams, and this video is different from my others. Today, I am not going to talk about warning signs, dangerous habits, or diseases to watch out for. Today, I am going to talk about what keeps people alive, healthy, and thriving into their 80s, 90s, and beyond. Because after years of studying the science of aging and working with seniors every day, I have come to believe that the factors that keep you healthy are just as important to understand as the factors that make you sick. In this video, I'm going to share the 7 habits that research has consistently linked to exceptional longevity and health in seniors. These are not unproven theories or trendy wellness ideas. These are patterns identified through decades of research on some of the longest-lived, healthiest populations on Earth. And what I find most remarkable is how simple each one is. The first habit, and the one that the 92-year-old doctor identified as his secret, is lifelong learning and intellectual curiosity. The research on this is extraordinary. Studies have shown that seniors who regularly engage in intellectually stimulating activities, including reading, learning new skills, solving puzzles, attending lectures, and pursuing hobbies that require mental effort, have significantly lower rates of dementia, slower cognitive decline, and longer lifespans than those who do not. The mechanism involves neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to form new connections and strengthen existing ones. Every time you learn something new, your brain creates neural pathways that did not exist before. Every time you challenge yourself intellectually, you strengthen the networks that support memory, reasoning, and problem solving. This ongoing construction and reinforcement of neural connections builds what researchers call cognitive reserve, essentially a buffer that protects the brain against the effects of aging and disease. A landmark study called the Rush Memory and Aging Project found that seniors who engaged in frequent cognitive activity had a 47% lower risk of developing Alzheimer's disease compared to those who rarely engaged in intellectual pursuits. 47%. That is a larger risk reduction than any currently available medication can provide. The second habit is daily physical movement. And I want to emphasize that I said movement, not exercise. The longest-lived populations in the world, the people living in what researchers call blue zones, do not go to gyms. They do not run marathons. They do not follow workout programs. They simply move naturally throughout their day. They walk to the store. They garden. They cook their meals. They clean their homes. They take the stairs. Their lives are structured in a way that makes physical activity unavoidable and natural. Research consistently shows that the health benefits of movement come not from intense exercise sessions, but from consistent, moderate activity spread throughout the day. For seniors, this means walking, gardening, light housework, stretching, and any form of gentle movement that keeps the body active. The specific activity matters far less than the consistency. Moving a little bit every day is far more beneficial than exercising intensely once a week. The third habit is maintaining strong social connections. We discussed the dangers of social isolation in our memory video, but the positive side of this research is equally powerful. Seniors who maintain close relationships with family, friends, and community members live significantly longer and healthier lives than those who are isolated. Social connection reduces stress hormones, lowers inflammation, supports immune function, and provides the cognitive stimulation that protects brain health. The fourth habit is eating a predominantly plant-based diet rich in whole foods. The longest-lived populations in the world consume diets that are heavy in vegetables, fruits, legumes, whole grains, nuts, and olive oil, with moderate amounts of fish and very limited processed foods and red meat. This dietary pattern provides anti-inflammatory compounds, antioxidants, fiber, and essential nutrients, while minimizing the pro-inflammatory, high-sugar, high-sodium foods that drive chronic disease. The fifth habit is having a sense of purpose. Research has shown that seniors who feel they have a reason to get up in the morning, whether it is caring for grandchildren, volunteering, pursuing a passion, contributing to their community, or any other meaningful engagement, live an average of 7 years longer than those who lack a sense of purpose. Purpose activates motivation, reduces depression, promotes physical activity, and gives structure and meaning to daily life. The sixth habit is managing stress through daily practices of relaxation and presence. This does not require meditation retreats or yoga classes. The longest-lived populations have built simple stress relief practices into their daily routines. Prayer, naps, happy hour with friends, gardening, tea ceremonies. The specific practice matters less than the daily habit of deliberately stepping away from stress and allowing your nervous system to reset. And the seventh habit is moderation in all things, including health pursuits themselves. The healthiest long-lived seniors are not obsessive about their diet. They are not anxiety-ridden about their step count. They are not stressed about their blood pressure numbers. They eat well, but they enjoy their food. They move regularly, but they rest when they need to. They take their health seriously, but they do not let health anxiety consume their lives. They have found a balance between caring for their body and enjoying their life, and that balance itself is protective. I want to bring this back to the 92-year-old doctor because his story illustrates something that I think is the most important takeaway of this entire video series. Health is not just about avoiding disease. It is not just about managing numbers and eliminating risks. It is about living fully, remaining engaged, staying curious, connecting with others, moving your body, eating nourishing food, finding meaning in your days, and approaching each morning with something to look forward to. The research is clear. The seniors who live the longest and healthiest lives are not the ones who are most afraid of dying. They are the ones who are most engaged in living. Let me recap the 7 habits of exceptionally healthy and long-lived seniors. First, lifelong learning and intellectual curiosity. Second, daily natural movement throughout the day. Third, strong social connections with family, friends, and community. Fourth, a plant-rich whole food diet. Fifth, a clear sense of purpose and meaning. Sixth, daily stress management through simple relaxation practices. Seventh, moderation and balance in all things, including health pursuits. These are not complicated prescriptions. They are invitations to live well, and every single one of them is available to you, starting today, regardless of your age, your health status, or your circumstances. If this video inspired you, I would be honored if you would subscribe to this channel. Over the past 30 videos, my goal has been to help seniors over 60 understand their health, recognize warning signs, and make informed choices. But more than anything, my goal has been to help you feel empowered, not frightened, informed, not overwhelmed, and motivated to live the fullest, healthiest, most engaged life possible for as many years as you are given. If you know someone who would benefit from hearing this message, please share this video and this channel with them. Sometimes the most powerful medicine is simply knowing that your best years are still ahead of you. I am Dr. Michael Williams. Thank you for watching all 30 of these videos. It has been my privilege to be your guide on this journey. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and never ever stop being curious.